Hey, are you ready? Man, we have a sweet show for you today. Today, we are going to talk to someone who knows how to make sweet things happen for good reasons. My name is Vin Dacquino. His name is Michael Sauvageau. Did I say it right, Michael?
Michael Sauvageau, you got
Sauvageau.
it.
Oh,
Very good,
beautiful.
Vinny. Well done, well done.
You are a man who knows how to make things happen.
It's true.
Talk to me about what this whole thing is all about. Who are you and what are you doing?
All right. Well, first I'll introduce myself. I'm Michael Sauvageau from Danbury, Connecticut.
Okay.
And I grew up and born and raised there. I got to escape for a bunch of years, and then I moved back because it was such a wonderful area, and landed up in Bethel. And when I got there, I was working for a company, and after about 5 years, I realized, I'm a really good boss, but I'm not necessarily a great employee, Having worked for myself, my wife and I had to run a business previously for about 10 years.
You do this together?
So we do this together. So
Wonderful.
yeah, she is my partner in life and in the business. Her name is
Oh.
Jennifer, and she's just such a wonderful lady. And it's amazing how much working together with your wife can really be awesome and really be challenging sometimes too.
Some people would say, I'm going to be with her all day and night.
Oh, but it's wonderful because
it's good. That's wonderful.
We're in charge of different things, and it couldn't have happened without both of us.
I'm not surprised because this business that you have here, this whole idea of making people happy on special occasions is all about partnership. It's all about making people happy and living together and being together and
Building relationships.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Relationships, and when people ask me what I do, I say I'm in the appreciation business. It's showing appreciation for people.
Absolutely.
So the way we're showing appreciation for people with our company, Noteworthy Chocolates, is and what we do is we actually laser engrave messages and images into chocolate for folks. So we specialize on making one at a time for individual people.
So it's personalized chocolate gifts.
It's personalized chocolate gifts, and it's not like anything else that you've ever gotten because it's made for you. It wasn't made for anybody else. It was just made for you.
So you customize gifts for people.
Yep. And then you want to show appreciation for special occasions. You want to show appreciation for the noteworthy people in your life. And what a great way to do it by sending them something really sweet and delicious that they can really appreciate.
All right, I love the idea. I want to know, look, this is a wonderful example. Tell us what's on there.
All right, so we're just going through our Mother's Day. And, so Mother's Day is a really nice way to show appreciation for your mother. So we say anybody who has a mother can show appreciation.
So if I had a little saying that I shared with my mother, I could actually have it engraved on the chocolate when I give it to her.
Whatever you want to say. And that's the beautiful thing is it can be a sentiment. It can just be like simple, I love you, Mom. It can be, Mom, thanks so much for raising me. Or, that great time you took me to the Red Sox or the Yankees game.
And now who designs this, Michael?
So my wife and I do a lot of the designs. Now, we were fortunate enough for the Mother's Day designs that a friend of ours who is a really great designer, she's worked all over, she said, I really want to do some Mother's Day designs for you. Because she also is a person who likes to show appreciation. And it was a way she can show us some appreciation for some nice things we had done for her in the past.
I am in no way a techie. So tell me a little bit how that works. You put the design on the computer.
Yep. Yeah.
And then you take that design and put it over the chocolate or something and then engrave it or something?
Yeah, so the process is this. So we can do the design, but on the website, what most people do is they go in and they choose the type of chocolate they want. They choose the size stationery. They choose the artwork basis that they use, and then they type in their message. Now, I get that message from the computer, and I bring it into my software, and I set it up, and I have a laser. So we do all the engraving with a laser, and I have everything set up just perfectly, so it goes right into the laser bed, and whatever they wrote and whatever they put on goes directly engraved into the chocolate.
I remember the days when we went to the mall, and we wanted a trophy engraved.
Right.
And they would take out their little thing, and they painfully do. And just recently, I went to a store to buy something for someone, and I wanted it engraved, and I was amazed at the machine. They typed in what they wanted, and all of a sudden the machine started whirring and making lights and sounds, and perfect handwriting. I needed that when I was in school.
Yeah, me too.
Get my papers, put it in the desk,
Well,
have it type it up for me.
My handwriting's so well, my mom said I should have been a doctor.
There you go.
So, but yeah, so we use the laser, which is a super precision instrument. And one of the challenges is that, well, what is laser? It's light and heat. So what is chocolate?
Oh,
Chocolate
yeah.
melts, right, under a lot of heat, you know.
So what happens?
So what happens is that we spent a really long time figuring out the right settings. So the power, the speed. I mean, I went through so much chocolate, which I sadly had to give away to people, that was just not right. So I had to give it away, which may be kind of popular with a bunch of different folks.
You get to eat your mistakes.
That's right. And I only, well, you can tell I ate some of them, but I had, honestly, there were so many mistakes when I started that there's no way I could eat them all. So you had to distribute the mistakes around.
Now, you don't make the chocolate.
Well, actually, we don't actually get cacao beans and then grind them down and make the chocolate because although I'd like to at some point, that's a really intense process.
So you get like the templates?
So what I do is actually I get chocolate in bulk form, and then I have machines and I melt the chocolate down, and then I
wow.
retemper
So you
it.
actually do handle the chocolate?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I envision that you buy like 200 of those plates, and then there they are, and you just put it. Oh,
no. So we actually
a lot of work.
Temper. Oh yeah. Well, no rest for the wicked. I mean the weary. So we temper it, which means you have to, when you temper chocolate, it slowly heats up the melted chocolate and then slowly lowers the temperature, right? Wow. And it's a really fascinating process. It's super temperamental, meaning that it's just not going to work easily. So you have to be, the conditions have to be right, and everything has to be done in a super clean kitchen. And our chocolate is a peanut allergy friendly chocolate. No peanuts, no tree nuts, no soy.
Wow.
Well, my wife and partner Jennifer, she has 40 different food allergies.
Oh my goodness.
And so when we were looking into
and
this,
then she's in the food business.
I know. And so when we were looking into it, we were just like, okay, this is a great idea. This custom engraving idea is really wonderful, but it's got to be a chocolate she can eat. So after we temper the chocolate, and if you don't do it right, now, have you ever picked up a chocolate bar and it just automatically melted in your hands, or it didn't really crisp up at all?
Not M&Ms.
Not M&Ms. No. They don't melt. Yeah, that's right. But so that's a poorly tempered chocolate. Okay, and if you poorly tempered chocolate, it doesn't come out well. It doesn't even engrave well. So if you have to scrap a batch, and that's kind of a lot of work. And
so it's a very particular kind of chocolate.
It's almost as tempering chocolate and making the stationery is almost as precise as the laser engraving. You have to be 100% accurate, and so
How do you do like the gold writing on white chocolate?
All right. So what actually happens now, as I was mentioning with the laser, is the laser uses light and heat, and each chocolate that we use, we have dark milk and white. Each chocolate has a different settings that we need to use. So I had to find out. Now, what was really cool, milk chocolate was the first thing we started with. Right, and so this was something we made. There's a little football field here.
Oh,
so and so you can see the engraving pretty well. It stands out. It doesn't really need any work. Okay, but when we made dark chocolate, because it was so dark, it actually didn't show up very well. The engraving, it just kind of went into it. You couldn't see it.
So you have that like gold.
Right. So what we do is before I pour that molten chocolate into it. Before I pour the molten chocolate into it, what I do is I actually add a little bit of edible gold dust to the mold, right on the face of it, just a little bit. I use a brush, and it spreads out nice and even. And then I pour the liquid chocolate into it, and then we let it cool and harden. And when it comes out just like with this beautiful golden sheen. And then the engraving stands out so much more. So we call it golden dark. It's like a signature product that we offer.
Now this is I forget what they call it, where it's wrapped. What do you call it when you wrap it so that you have to tear it open?
Oh, you heat sealed or heat shrink?
Yeah. Does that heat wrapping affect the chocolate?
No, not at all. Not at all. In fact,
it's not hot enough to.
No, it's not, no. In fact, we don't actually seal it that way because we do everything in small batch. We just have it folded over with a sticker.
So it's not.
So you don't need to heat seal it
because it looked like it was heat wrapped.
Because otherwise it would melt. Trying to heat wrap it would melt the chocolate. That's very smart. Now, what was interesting, what we found is that the white chocolate. Now, the white chocolate. You see how the difference is? You see how you've got the brown in the white chocolate there, right? And what's really cool about that is that that's just what the laser does to it. The heat caramelizes the chocolate and the white chocolate, and it turns it brown. So it has a really great contrast. And then because we use the laser, and we don't use, a lot of people, you get a regular bar of chocolate, it's just made in a mold and done. But because we use the laser, we can individualize each one. So this one we set up for a wedding, for a seating chart.
Yeah, I was just going to say, is that like a seating chart for, now you could actually couldn't that also be like table favors or party favors?
Exactly right. That's a
Wow.
large part
So
of our
then they
business.
remember what table they were.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can do the small ones like this, or for
Amazing.
or for businesses. Sometimes businesses want to have like something sweet. Now, this was a really neat thing. This is called the Curbside Vet, and this is a veterinarian that drives around in a beautiful converted motorhome with a lab in it and a surgery studio, and goes to your driveway, and he pulls up and does all the work on your animals right in your driveway.
Oh.
And he wanted something sweet for some special customers, so he had these made for him with his logo and his message.
So that's almost like a chocolate business card.
Exactly right.
Oh my God.
We call them the chocolate mini messages because why put a business card? They're going to eat it, so they're not going to remember your information anyway. Give them a good message, you know. So, yeah. So that's so what we found was that all the chocolates work differently, and different people like different chocolates.
Yeah.
So
how long did it take you to figure all this out?
all right. So it basically, I'll tell you the quick story. All right. So I left the company I was telling you about I had worked with for about 5 years, and I recognized I needed to find something different. And previously, my wife and I had run a toy and entertainment company, and we were in the event industry business. So I went to the J.K. Javits Convention Center on my 45th birthday, and I was looking for something else to do. I was looking for around this. I was like, okay, I really want to be back into kind of events and stuff, but I need to find a business I can get excited about and get passionate about. And I walked around the Javits. The Javits Center is huge, right? I walked from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5:30 at night, and I didn't find a single thing I wanted to do. There was absolutely nothing. So I'm going home. I'm on the train on the way home. I'm kind of dejected. I was like, I really thought I would find something there. And I started thinking, Michael, what didn't you see? Right? Start thinking about in the negative space. Okay, if what wasn't there, what was missing? Right?
Yeah.
So, and then, or what was like a recurring theme? And so what I thought, I was like, wait a minute. Every single booth I left at that convention center offered me chocolate. I'm not kidding. Almost every single one had a bowl of chocolate, had chocolate had brownies, had hot chocolate.
I've gone to these fairs. You're absolutely right.
But they always are offering chocolate. So
that's why I go.
So, I got thinking about it. I was like, okay, well, wait a minute. What's the deal with chocolate? Let's think about it. Let's look at the business of it a little bit. So I pulled out my phone, looked in the business. Like, there's a pretty good sized business there. But how could I make it different? What can I do to make it personalized, different, something that no one else has ever done? Because I don't want to do the same thing. I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to do something really cool. And I thought, lasers. Can I engrave a message into a laser? And I was like, I wonder if I could do that. I wonder if I could take some sort of image. Can I put that into chocolate from a laser? Wow. So now I have to say, I had no background in chocolate. I had no background in lasers. And so I went home at night. I got off the train, and I said, my Jennifer asked me, so, hey, how'd it go? Did you find anything awesome? And I was like, well, maybe. And I was like, but not there. I found it on the train.
Found it here.
And I said, what do you think if we could laser engrave messages into chocolate?
It's partner?
There she is.
There she is.
Yeah. She's just such an amazing lady.
Sweet partner.
Yeah, she is. And she does so much. She works so
So
hard.
did she get as excited when you told her the idea?
What she said? She's like, it sounds crazy. Let's check it out.
Crazy's good sometimes.
Right? And then she said, hey, you know what? The Danbury Innovation Center just got a laser. It's it's called a hackerspace. It's a kind of communal workspace. That's a fabulous thing they have in Danbury.
Innovation Center.
The Danbury Innovation Center, sometimes called the hackerspace, and it's it's a really really neat space, and people can go there, and they have all sorts of tools and 3D printing.
And you get to see what's new.
See what's new and what's cool, and there's brilliant people around there who are also they are a business incubator too. So they really want to help other businesses, entrepreneurs get up and going, and they were so welcoming. And I met the guy, and I was like, I showed up there. I was like, hey, I got an idea. Can I try your laser out? I want to engrave a message in chocolate. And he says, sounds crazy. Let's do it. And he brings me right over to the laser, and he gets me going, and it was amazing. It was the first piece of work that I did.
I like that term,
melted.
business incubator.
Yeah. I mean, they really want to help businesses
give birth. Yeah,
right. Absolutely.
And I mean, that's really what you did. You gave birth to an incredible idea.
Yeah. Thanks.
And at first, I mean, I know I would have said, chocolate's going to melt. Where do I get the chocolate? How do you make chocolate? Then what am I going to do? I mean, you have like a factory, or do you do this in the living room?
No. So I'll tell you where we do it in a second, but I'm going to get you there first.
Okay.
All right. So So we do this, and we start like researching the whole concept of laser engraved chocolates, and we research, okay, is it possible? Is it do anything, to the chocolate that shouldn't be done from like the food health standpoint? And we checked in with the FDA and the World Health Organization. No, it's totally fine. You can laser chocolate. It's completely doesn't change anything. It just takes a little bit of the chocolate, breaks it into smoke and vents it out your vent. So that means our space smells really good when we laser chocolate.
Oh, right? Yeah.
So we found out with this
love you.
They do a lot. So we found out that by going and trying this at the hackerspace that it works and the idea works. So now we're like, okay, we said, all right, we can do this. So we invested more time and money into the equipment we started to need, and we were still incubating, and we were using the innovation center to incubate out of. But we're like, okay, we need to test a message. We need to send it to somebody. So, well, who are we want to send a message to? And so we sent a message to my mom. In chocolate.
Nice.
And my mom is a chocoholic forever.
No. Oh, wow.
And I'll tell you.
How about you?
Oh, I've been a chocolate fan forever.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And
yeah.
your wife too?
She does. And she can, because of her food allergies, she can't do any dairy at all, but she can, and so our milk and our white chocolate is out, but she can eat the dark, and boy, does she eat the dark. Wow. She loves it when we have the little mess ups or, at the end of...
So the dark doesn't have dairy in it?
No. Dark chocolate is dairy-free, and mostly all chocolate is gluten-free as well.
Really?
So it's good because she couldn't do that either. So, yeah. And
wow.
Yep. So let me tell you the reaction from my mom when she got the note. Okay, so she's in Florida. We sent it to her, and and the reason one of the reasons we sent it to her is because they knew that I'd left my job and was looking for things, and a few months had gone by, and they didn't know anything about the chocolate while we were kind of testing it and everything. We were kind of keeping it quiet because we didn't, and so they were getting a little nervous. I could tell. I could tell from the phone call, and I was like, okay, well, so we need to send them something.
What are you doing?
Right, exactly. So we sent her this chocolate message, and and she got it, and this is the story. So she calls us on the phone. She's like, I just got this package, and I am so excited. And I was like, okay, tell me. So she's like, well, so first I open it up, and I see that there's this chocolate in there. She's like, oh, they sent me chocolate. How nice. And then I saw there's writing on this chocolate. Oh, cool. Somebody wrote something on it. Maybe it's a poem or something. And then she read it. She's like, Dear Mom and Dad, I hope you had a great trip. And she's like, wait a minute. We just came back from a trip. This was for me. This chocolate was written for me.
Yeah.
And
that's what I love about what you do. You're touching people's hearts.
Truly.
That's such a good thing.
It feels so good when you make nice connections and you help people, create joy in their lives. I mean, it's indescribable. It's truly a beautiful thing. And so, so we realized, okay, we have to do this now. It wasn't no longer, okay, should we do this? Maybe we should do this. No, this is it. We're full on board. We spent the money on the equipment. And then we recognized that starting a business is not cheap. And although we had some savings.
Especially this, when you're talking lasers.
Totally. And we had some savings, but, we didn't we were not enough to really start a great business or anything. And we're like, well, this is a people business. This business is to touch people to people. So we decided what's the best way for us to, try to raise money was through a crowdfunding campaign. Crowdfunding is when you set up on a website. That's a crowdfunding website.
Right.
We did Kickstarter. And then you say, okay, this doesn't exist yet, okay, but this is what our idea is, and this is what we're going to do. And we, lay out a whole kind of proposal and show people this is what we want to do.
People sign on?
Well, what they do is we had different reward levels that they pledged. So we had, our different sizes that we knew we were going to do, and so we offered kind of at a pre-order discount, okay? So everything was a little cheaper, a little, not as expensive as it's going to be when we were fully going, because they're helping us get it going. So in 30 days, we raised $28,000.
Wow.
And we used that money to move into the space we are now, which is in Bethel, Connecticut. And we moved in right above a wonderful coffee shop called Molten Java.
Oh, my goodness.
Talking about our space.
Between your smells and those smells,
I know,
good
right?
Lord.
It's truly wonderful. And so we have the best smelling place in town, for sure. Wow. And because we do everything customized, we're not focused on the retail. So being upstairs is fine for us. You can be kind of out of the space, but still in the middle of everything, And
the amazing thing is that this is an idea that you gave birth to. I mean, and it's to carry it from a dream to reality. And it's an inspiration, and it talks to people out there. It says, look, doesn't matter how crazy the idea may sound.
Right.
It could work.
Right.
It's scary.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're putting your money on the line. It could fall apart. There could be a glitch. Unfortunately, sometimes people have business ideas and 3/4 of the way through, they find a glitch they can't get through.
Right. Yep.
So it's scary.
Right. It's fully. You have to fully invest, and you have to. It's sort of a matter of faith that this is going to work.
And having a partner.
Oh, huge.
That's your partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's your life partner. Is a great thing.
It is. It is. And we have 2 children, and we.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah.
And are they little chocoholics?
They love the mistakes, and yep.
Yay, a mistake!
That's right. Dad, you're sorry you messed up, but here we'll take it.
Messed up, Dad.
That's right.
That was mine.
That's right. But they're wonderful. They're
how old
wonderful.
are they?
My daughter is 8 years old, and my son is 13.
Wow.
And he helps out a little bit, around the shop, and
That's
she
good.
helps out a little bit around the shop.
And they like the idea.
They love it, and they, when I was working in my other job, I was gone so much I barely saw them. It was one of those things. I was commuting in.
Wonderful to be able
to be around.
Is the shop close by?
It's a half mile from our house.
Wow.
And
all right.
so our kids will sometimes get off the bus right out of their shop, and they'll come and hang out in the afternoon and do their homework there in the coffee shop. And it's a really nice family situation now, and which is so I'm a lot closer to my family.
So much better than what you were doing.
Oh my God! There's
Nobody
no distance.
owns you.
That's right. That's right.
And that's a nice thing.
And at the same time, we've been working at this for, I think it's about 18 months. We actually launched about 7 months ago.
Oh, really? So this is
It's still
relatively
really
new.
fresh, yeah. And we haven't drawn a paycheck in 18 months.
Oh, ouch.
So, it's like, okay, it's scary because you fully invest, and we have full faith that this is going to work.
And you've got 2 kids to worry about.
That's right. That's right.
So you want to make sure.
Oh, of course, that they're taking
you've
care of
done the
family
right
needs to
thing.
be taken care of.
So I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Did you do the right thing?
I so far believe yes. I mean,
Wonderful.
We are, I'm not going to say that, it's not a fairy tale story where where you start and immediately people are banging on your door.
It is a fairy tale story. That's what it is. It's something that has to be earned. And,
True.
And, you take your bruises before you succeed.
You got to pay your dues, and you have to put the work in. And there's X amount of work, whatever X is. There's that much amount of work that needs to be done to make a business successful.
So you're not an 8 to 4.
No. Our official hours for our shop are 9:30 to 5:30. However, what happens is, usually one of us is there a little bit earlier, and then at 5:30 to 6 o'clock we go home. We have dinner. We hang out with the kids, and we got a couple hours there. Yeah. At 9 o'clock at night, one of us goes back to the shop and works, and the other one usually pulls out the computer and works from home. And we work until basically we have to go to sleep, and then we get up, get the kids off, we do the things we need to do, and then we go back to work.
Wow.
So it's pretty.
I love the whole idea of chasing your dream.
Yeah.
Now, questions. Is everything that you engrave on request, or do you have like some pre-made things, like maybe some cliches?
Right. We have a couple things that we've done because we don't necessarily have a retail space. What we do is we have some space in the coffee shop. We have a display in the coffee shop downstairs.
Oh, that's nice.
And so we sell things, and so we can try different things, like medallions, the round medallions here. These, I'll take it out of the little case here. So this is one that's. It says, happy 27th birthday, Scotty.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so this is what I did. I just made a generic happy birthday, and that's something so they could try that out. But, what we found was that people don't care if it's just his happy birthday. What they want to see is happy birthday, Scotty.
Yeah.
They want it personalized. And
Yeah.
so selling things with just, kind of stock messages has not been really successful for us. So we don't do a lot of it. We really focus on making a Sweet 16 for Emma or, whichever it is. And what was really cool, and this is, again, my wife is wonderful and she's the creative force behind this. So I had the idea for the laser engraved chocolate, but she came up with our whole idea is like, we can't just offer people a piece of chocolate and put it in an envelope and send it to them. No. We need to create an experience. And this is what goes back to about appreciation. Wow. Yeah. We want the experience of when somebody gets a Noteworthy Chocolates, we want it to be an amazing experience, like something they've never had before. And when people never buy it for themselves, they buy it for someone else. So we want the gifting experience for the person who's giving it to them to be a great experience too.
To feel that they're doing something special.
Exactly. And we are very, our chocolate is, fair trade. It's like really good chocolate. It's good, for the environment. The people who are doing it are well taken care of. There's really good things to feel about it. But we also felt like for our packaging, there's so much plastic, there's so much crap that goes out into the world that
I noticed.
We didn't feel good about that. So what we found, and I'm going to show you. I'll show you when you get a gift like this, a Noteworthy Chocolates. It comes just like this with a really nice bow on it, right? And then, so instead of opening that one, so this is what happens.
Even the boxes.
We found a recycled cardboard. This is a recycled cardboard box that we now use a different laser. We have a chocolate laser, and we have a separate laser for our packaging, and we engrave every single box for folks.
My goodness.
So,
and that's a gift in itself.
Right.
And that's something they won't eat.
That's something they won't eat. Exactly, exactly. So, but we recognize that, like, look, this is sort of a problem. They're going to eat their message. They get a box, but they're going to eat their message. So we need to offer a paper copy of the message.
Yeah.
So what we do is, when we do it, we actually put a wax-sealed envelope, okay? So we put their own message that they designed in the wax-sealed envelope.
Wow.
All right?
What a great idea.
And then the other thing is now they have their nice piece of chocolate to eat, right? And they got their message on the chocolate. And then also, some people don't want to eat that chocolate right away.
No.
It's beautiful. It's art.
It's too pretty
and
to
some
eat.
people don't ever want to eat it, but, you know. So we said, well, that's a tease. To get a chocolate gift and not be able to eat the chocolate, that would be cool. So we put an extra piece of chocolate in as well.
For goodness sakes.
And sometimes it'll just be a little business card. Sometimes it'll just be a little message. You know, this one is, the language of friendship is not words, but meanings. Henry David Thoreau.
Wow, that's brilliant. Michael, I have bad news for you.
Oh, no.
Here's a message that I didn't want to give you, but we're running short of time.
Well,
talk to me. What can we say to them? This is a passion.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and chocolate's a passion food. You took your dream, you ran with it. How's it feel?
It feels wonderful. I've never been so happy in my life. I've never worked so hard.
See, the excitement is written all over you. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Thanks.
Final words to our audience.
Don't take people for granted. Show appreciation. Whatever, forget chocolate, anything like that. You know, you want to actually appreciate the people in your life. And that's what's really the most important thing that you can do. Celebrate those relationships, celebrate the people, and that's the way to live a happy life and a contented and a fulfilled life.
One thing I learned from teaching, I taught for 35 years. One thing I've learned is that it takes a second to make a kid smile.
Mm-hmm.
And that smile may be the only smile that kid gets all day long. You never know what's going on at home. You never know what's going on in all the other facets of their lives. So, here's the message. Make people happy. Don't forget birthdays. Don't forget holidays. And don't forget that the people you love need love. Michael,
Vinny,
thank you so much for giving people a reason to smile.
Well, so you do too. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being here too.